Alright, so here's something interesting. Here we have a voltmeter, 3 volts, and if I plug it into an LED, it turns it on. Isn't that nice? Right? And what happens if I disconnect it, but I grab the LED like so? You can see it's like partially, you can see a little bit of that pink, but anyway, I grab this, and I don't know if you can see the difference in, let me turn the light off. So I'm grabbing it, right, and I'm connecting, see that? It's a little hard to see. I'm going to turn this up. If I turn it up, it does it more. See, look at that. Let go, grab it, let go, grab it. See? Let go, grab it. So it's basically, what I think is going on is that the power is going through me. And if I let go of my finger, there, so I can touch it, turn up a little. I don't want to turn it too high because I don't want it to like zap me, you know. I think around over 9, 12 volts starts to get things, you know. So look, isn't that cool? Just touching, letting it go, touching, letting it go, and it's, you know, it's doing that, right? And what I think is that the power is going through me, because if we have a voltmeter, for example, my voltmeter, and I'm going to connect the positive to the positive. The positive is connected to the positive, and I'm going to touch the negative, and then I'm going to touch the negative with my hand. Look at that. Look at that. So you can see the whole circuit. Basically, this one's just, it's kind of going, so it's going through there. It's positive to the positive of the voltmeter, negative of the voltmeter to my hand, and then my other hand to, oh, look at that, get a little current, to the thing, and it says 5.6, 5.6. If I turn it up, for example, it goes up. Ooh, look at that, it goes up, okay. Will work if I, yeah, so I can circulate it through that, turn it down, see, look at that. It's going through me the same way that if I went like this, it would do that as well. Pretty nifty. Anyway, the LED was not very bright, so I guess it didn't have much amperage. Now, is there any amperage going through me when I touch this? Yes, not a lot. Like tiny little bits of amperage, as you can see there. Stop touching it, I touch it again, stop touching it, touch it again. I'm getting, what is that, 14 micro amps, I think. Anyway, next thing, so basically we can kind of like circulate voltage through us, but amperage is very difficult. Just to like, okay, here we go back to voltage. If I touch it, I produce a voltage. I'm not sure it's negative. I let go, touch it, let go, touch it, let go. See, so that's how you can see that it's, you know, it's real. What is that? That's getting like 0.2 volts and 0.1-ish negative volts, right? Slowly going down, whatever. But we are getting a voltage off me, right? If you can think about it that way. This is a piece of metal. Admittedly, it's kind of rusty. And we're getting, oh, we are getting something. Okay. So the metal is like resonates. I imagine it's like resonating energy. I don't know. The plastic is not giving off anything, seemingly. And down, no, it's not giving off anything. Right? Just to, like, you know, test it against other things. Now, the interesting thing is if we go to amperage, not really getting much, right? But what happens if we change it around? No, nothing. Change the connectors. Not really getting anything. What if I turn this on and connect myself for a second, and then touch this? Now, look at that. Now we're getting amperage, right? So it's kind of going up and down. It's going up and down. So what happens after I touch the power? I seem to now have amperage, which means, and it's micro amperage. That's like what, half a micro, or 0.4 micro milliamps. So as a post note, I actually can get it to work without electrifying myself. I just tested it then, I tested it a few other times, and I pretty much get the exact same micro amperage reading. I think it's just my meter's a bit, a bit janky and it needs some help to get things working. But the electrifying thing does help it, whatever. Going on, the whole point of like this video and some of my experiments is that I had this idea of what if you touch different acupoints and you tried to measure the voltage, or the millivoltage or the micro amperage between certain points, because assumingly you are testing between points, right, between the points that you're touching. So that's really the whole video. I didn't really get to do that. Also, another thing is testing resistance between points. I'm gonna have to do that. I'll do that right after finishing this recording. If there's anything to it, or I can figure out something that I can show you, maybe I'll put it in the video, but otherwise I think, it's stuff like acupoints, meridians, energy field, etc. There's got to be some way to do it, and I would start with voltmeters, EMF readers, things that it's got to be highly sensitive because it's really low power. I guess it just tells you how much, like a watt of energy is, like 1 amp, 1 watt, 1 volt. Like that's a lot of energy, or 10 volts, 0.1 amps. That's a lot of energy. I mean, not for electronics, but for humans it is. So, turn up to 200 million, and if I touch it, it says 1.2. If I tense, it seems to go lower, so you relax, goes higher, tense, relax, tense. Nah, it's not really working, whatever. If I touch a different point, we get a different reading. Look at that. And another point, like I'm touching on my fingertip, and then I'm putting it on my arm, and look at that. And then if we go down again, and then if I go here, so we get different resistances for different locations, and it's mostly stable. Like that was kind of like that, and that was kind of like that, and that one was like really high, really low. See, it's just basically a similar-ish. See, there it goes, pretty much the same reading. They're similar-ish enough, I guess. Put our finger. So the hand is kind of low, and the wrist is like, and then like higher up I go. So the bicep, yeah. Does this mean anything? I don't know. I don't know enough to know if it means anything. But I'm pretty sure that's how they figured out where the acupoints are. At least with technologies, they did this. I think there's something to this. First observations is that, is this a way to test human energy field? So yeah, you can test this stuff yourself. I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, but it's something, it's some kind of ground for human electrical experiments, I guess.